All right, guys, we discussed that it will take anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. So after 8 to 10 minutes, this is how things are looking like. You can see the ingestion has been completed. It is how many studies are saved, roughly 150 studies, and how many papers are saved with respect to that, 63. Okay, so now these many number of studies and these many papers are saved. Okay, now where do I check them? Just go to your Google Cloud, and you can just type in bucket. After you type in bucket, just click on buckets, and this is going to take you to Google Cloud Storage. Okay, now this is typically your storage interface. This is where you can do monitoring, okay, settings, overview, and typically you might land up on the overview page. Okay, this is also from where you can create the bucket. Now if I click on view buckets list, or if I just click on buckets option, I can see the bucket being listed here. Okay, and what is this bucket? It's nothing but storage. Okay, now when I click on bucket, you can see raw and processed, two folders being created. Okay, you can remember, okay, when we were building our document parser and all those stuff, we have kept two copies of data. One is the raw version and the other is the processed version. Raw is your unclean, messy data. Process is the cleaned, better version. Okay, so now if I click on raw, okay, after inside raw, you can see there are two options, papers and studies. So if I click on studies, these are your research studies, and you can see with the NCT ID, you can see all of the .json files along with their respective timestamps. Fantastic. You can also download if you want, or if I want to check this one, I can just click on this JSON file. There are two ones. There is one is public URL, the other is authenticated URL. I'll click on authenticated URL, and voila. You can see here, you're actually able to look at the raw data. Okay, and this is obviously JSON, but till now we were just working around with a lot of things, but I hope now you're able to kind of visualize stuff. Okay, guys, and this is what we are trying to do when we say that we are trying to work at the production level. Okay, you can see we have this what is the name of this organization? National Center for Research Resources, NCRR, and protocol section, all of this. For example, now look at the brief title: clinical trial to prevent the complications of insulin resistance. So this is with respect to diabetes. If you can recall, we are searching on three conditions, right? Diabetes, cancer, and heart disease or cardiovascular disease. And you can see the last submitted date was 23 June 2005. Okay, who was the sponsor collaborator modules? NCRR. Description module, this gives you the brief description about that particular research study. Okay, all of the information, okay, at the raw level you're able to get it. Okay, if I go back, okay, again, as I said, this is all raw data. Now you might say, Chirantan, but I want to look at the processed version. 100% you can go this. You can go to processed. Okay, let's say I go to studies. Okay, and in studies you can see this one, 15626. Now if you just scroll back in the video, the raw data we were looking at was 15626.json. Now let us look at the cleaner version. Okay, 15626.json. If I go to authenticated URL here, now I have access to the cleaner version of the research study. Okay, or research study, yes. Okay, so this is how we have ingested our data in in Google Cloud Storage. Now if I click on papers, okay, let me click on, now these are all research papers. Okay, now let me click here, click on authenticated URL again. Okay, and this is basically what your research paper is talking about, right? In research paper we have discussed that you want the PubMed ID, you want the title, you want the abstract of the paper, right? And you want a journal, publication date, who are the authors, the NCT ID that it is referring to, source, what is the word count, and when was it parsed. All of it you are able to see it here, right? Fantastic. Okay, so our document, our data has been successfully ingested in the GCS bucket, and that to two versions, raw and processed, at the two levels, which is basically papers and studies. Okay, so you can see papers and studies, which is these are raw research papers, raw research studies, clean research papers, clean research studies, which is fantastic. Our ingestion is working perfectly fine, and every single time we'll be running this pipeline, studies will get ingested. Now on top of this, what you can do is you can just schedule using an Airflow. Okay, what you can do is you can read up on Airflow. Using Airflow, you can just put in a scheduler, a DAX scheduler. Let's say I want this pipeline every single day, to run and ingest the data at 9:30 a.m. every single day, and then at 6:30 p.m. every single day, or whatever. Okay, you can do that. And let's say at 9:30 this ingestion file will run, then it will show you whatever the new studies and new papers, okay, that have been saved to GCS bucket. You can go back and you can check it here. That is how you can keep this pipeline live and running every single day. Okay, now if you want more projects like these, please let me know, where you might say, Chirantan, can we make it more complex? Can we integrate Airflow also? If you want more projects at an intersection of data engineering and AI engineering, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to build it for you. All right, guys, so let's move to the next part, which is we are now going to the next processing layer, where we are going to chunk. Okay, we're going to build the chunker. Okay, we're going to create chunks which are later going to get vectorized, all of that. Okay, so now we'll be focusing on the processing layer. Let's meet in the next video.